What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here, and in this video I have a run with Mothkeeper's Wraps. I've really been enjoying this exotic, and yeah, I wanted to get this video out just to showcase how powerful it is, but there's a lot of jank with this particular setup against these enemies, as you'll see as we go. So I'm using Storm's Edge. That 1025 base cooldown really hurts it, and it's not all that great, but I wanted to use it because it's got synergy with arc compounding, because this is a blind based build, so we're going to be able to do 15% more damage with it than we normally would. So I wanted to show that off. So then we have Withering Blades. These are great against overloads and unstops. The key with Mothkeepers is you have to run arc bolt grenades with Facet of Dominance. This will allow them to jolt, which makes them even more powerful. Stylus Executioner, so we can go invis, very good for capping the plates. Gunpowder Gamble, very good for ad clear and stunning unstoppables. Facet of Awakening, rapidly defeating targets with light or darkness damage or super final blows, generates an elemental pickup. So that's just kind of nice. What I was going for there was to make Ionic Traces to get us even more grenades back, but I also wanted Curative Orbs, but for some reason my tonics are bugged and I couldn't enhance Curative Orbs. So just another fucking bug that actually comes into play in this, where I almost do die at one point. But yeah, we'll get to that later. Facet of Courage, your Arc, Solar, or Void abilities deal increased damage to targets afflicted with darkness debuffs. So we have the Withering Blade and a Chill Clip sidearm. So then our grenades and our super and stuff will deal 10% more damage. Facet of Dominance, I talked about that. It will allow our moths to jolt. Facet of Protection, plus 10 strength, and gives us damage resist when surrounded, which we are a lot in this Nightfall. And then Facet of Dawn for 25% extra weapon damage when we use our powered melee, thanks to Radiant. So then Tenacious Mastery with Chill Clip. This is really, really nice for proccing Stylus Execution on the plates. Exdirus, this creates even more loyal moths for us and synergizes with our build to get the overshield, so it's really strong. And then Summum Bonum, I kind of went past that quickly, but I have Relentless and Chaos Reshaped with Adept Impact because it's Adept. So a really strong sword, and again, this will work with Arc Compounding, so it's really good for this build. Arc and Stasis Siphon, as well as Ashes to Assets for more super energy when we get grenade kills. Momentum Transfer, bolstering detonation firepower, all just to build into grenade and abilities. I probably should add Arc Resist instead of Solar Resist, but it is what it is. Arc Scavenger is really good for the sword and Exdirus. And then Special Finisher, because we're rocking double special. So this is very, very handy. Then Reaper to make an orb, which is really nice because we have, I don't think I pointed that out, we have recuperation on our boots because Brawn will not allow us to get our health back. So we can make an orb to get a small chunk of health. And then Absolution to reduce all our ability cooldowns when we pick up an orb. And then Proximity Ward, so that when we do a finish, we get an overshield. And yeah, Reaper just for more orb generation for staying alive. So like I said, I wanted Curative Orbs to be enhanced so that when I pick up an orb, it would give me even more health. And when I pick up Ionic Traces, I would get health. But it seems to be bugged for me. For whatever reason, I can't apply the tonic, at least on my Hunter. I haven't checked my other characters. I was able to before, and then I ran out of tonics, and then I went to craft more, and now it's just not there. So that's frustrating. So we're going to get up on this guy really quickly. Unfortunately, my Moth goes to the other enemies, so he didn't stun right away. But we have concussive reload, so he had the debuff, and then I think he did get blinded in the end after we applied some hits with our Exdirus, because if you land 2 direct impacts, that will also create a Moth, and then the Moth's blind, and blind stuns unstoppable. So yeah, on my other runs, because this did take me a few tries, I killed him like much more outright and nicely, but that's just RNG and the way things go sometimes because these moths are unpredictable. There we knock the overload off, which was nice. We're going to put down a Gunpowder Gamble, throw our Blind Nade, and then yeah, we're just going in with all our stuff. Really, really strong. I can't hit that freaking Chieftain because Exdirus is projectile, so I think I kept just clipping that Wraith, Again, I had a much smoother beginning on other runs. I was done here in like a minute and a half, and I had really nice supers and stuff. Of course, the run that I actually clear it is messed up like crazy, but it is what it is. So here, again, we're going to get the blind with the moth. And then, yeah, you can see Xdeer is putting in a ton of work. I wanted to show some Summon Bonum as well. We just get our super. I forget to apply the debuff. I meant to shoot there. And then I throw my my blinding nades past the boss. But anyways, when you have that debuff and the blinding nades on him, the super really destroys them. So again, not the best showcase of how strong it can be with arc compounding and the weaken debuff, because I kind of missed both. But you can see even still with arc surge, we can take that guy out in one super. So that's nice. On the plate, this is why I'm running chill clip, is so that I can just one-shot a Screeb, go invis. The Gunpowder Gamble takes out all those stalkers, which is nice, but that's just gonna summon in more stalkers. There you can see we took out a whole nother wave with our moths. So yeah, the moths are also very, very strong, obviously. So now we're just trying to go invis all the time just to cap the plate. And then here I mess up. I don't know what I was doing. I should have just ran to the end, but for some reason I wanted to kill the enemies. Don't really know what I was doing there, but there you can see I'm getting little chunks of health. So yeah, I have Stasis Siphon on just so that I can get multi-kills with the sidearm, so that I can make orbs to help keep myself alive. You'll see that comes in clutch throughout the run. Picking up Stasis Shards, which is giving us melee energy, which is nice. Here, again, I miss this guy and I miss this guy, so just bad gameplay, and I think I almost die here. Miss him 3 freaking times. Finally, the melee gets him, and then we're just going to go in. We get the blind with Xderis, finish him off. Here, I'm just pounding finisher, but it wasn't finishing. So, anyways, that overshield came in really clutch with proximity ward there because of the unstop creeping up on us. And there you can just see how much damage Xderis puts in. I threw my melee late to proc Radiant, but even still, it was absolutely crushing. We're going to throw blind on those guys. So I really hate these raiders. They're just annoying. They go immune all the time, and they're spread out. So that kind of sucks. They must have became unblinded. And yeah, just the way they move is all annoying. So I forgot that these orange bars will give me health back, but red bars don't give you health back with Brawn. So you have to be wary of that. But anyways, I got a double kill on them and then made the orb. So now we're back to full health. Just going to speed this up. And now we're going to that one room. And this room is also a bit of RNG because I want to find the overload as quickly as I can. But unfortunately we don't. So we throw that nade to go invis so we can get in here. But then, yeah, I'm not seeing where that overload was. So that was unfortunate. So I just kind of retreat over here to safety. And I'm still just looking for that overload, because I want to use the jolt grenade on him. Still not coming. Here you can see Gunpowder Gamble puts in some good work. Takes out lots of enemies. Does good damage to those chieftains. So finally, I'm just like, okay, whatever. I guess I'll throw my blind nade to blind everything. And then that's when the chieftain comes out, of course. So anyways, we just put in some damage on the overload. Take it out. And now we just have this guy. So we're going to try to blind him. But my moths are very, very slow, as you can see. That's one frustrating thing with this build, is sometimes you're expecting it to do one thing, but they can be kind of random. So just something you'll have to get used to. Now we're into this area. Not much to see here. I pop a Transcendence, because why not? And then we stick them with that nade, so then that allows us to proc invis so we can get across safely. And then same thing, we're going to stick him with the nade. Unfortunately, Chieftain just got that thing down in time. So we're going to put in a bunch of damage with Xderis. And take it out pretty quickly, honestly. And then we can get a finish. So this is nice for special finisher. And then we have some special down there that we can save for later, because you do come back to this room in between boss phases. So now we've got the double plate cap, which again is kind of messed up, as you'll see. So we're going to throw our blind nades to try to blind both unstops. We get the weaken and the blind. And then, yeah, we go in with our super, take it out in 2 swings, and we just get our damage in on that guy. And again, there was the arc blinding. He wasn't debuffed with the concussive reload, but I think he had arc blinding on him there. So let me just show you. So also, I missed my gunpowder gamble, which is annoying. But right here, this is why this run was so hard to complete with my loadout. Because these void projectiles, look, it collides with my rocket sidearm, and then it does it again. So yeah, sometimes you're thinking you're about to get a kill, but then it just phases out of existence. So here we get an easy freeze with Chill Clip and a Withering Blade. And then we just go in with Exderis and our sword. Doing big damage. We got lots of special. So yeah, we're chilling on ammo. We're going to go cap this plate. And like I said, I think the plate cap gets kind of janky. Maybe it's on the other part. But you can see the moths do really good ad clear there. We throw our gunpowder gamble, take out more. So this thing shoots really slow at first and then ramps up, which can be kind of frustrating. So we go invis again, cap the plate, and we're just going to leave all those ads. And it's actually good I left those ads because this next plate cap is not nearly as smooth. And it's all because something I expected to happen didn't. And then it threw off my entire rhythm, you'll see. So here, we're just going to throw that, go invis. Throw a nade on these guys. Oh, that's another thing. The lurker shields make hitting them with rocket sidearms kind of difficult. So here, I don't know what my void invisibility cooldown is here. So the Stylus Executioner cooldown is. So I feel like when I get this chill clip kill that I should go invis again. So we get the finish and I don't go invis. So he had chill clip on him. So why don't I go invis? So that screwed everything up because I didn't go invis. I could have just stayed on that plate and kept capping. And it should be invis because it was slowed. And any debuff, see there, it procs invis. So I don't know what the hell happened there, but now I can't regen my health. So good thing I left these enemies up. So now I'm making orbs off these enemies. So this was actually pretty good strategy on my part, and this is where your build and knowing your build comes into play so much. I've got firepower on the gloves as well, so we get a grenade kill. Now we're picking up these orbs we created. We got stasis siphon, so I know I'm able to make more orbs by getting double kills. So that's what we do. Then this guy rotates over, and then again I miss my gunpowder gamble because I'm just not overly used to it. So now I'm losing all my health again. So that was a bad play on my part. But also just the way this guy was moving was really annoying. So we're just going to pop a Transcendence, freeze him, and then hopefully get him down because he's being a problem. We take him out. We get nice health regen. We also had an orb there for a little bit more health regen. And then we're just going to try to proc a new invis for us to go cap the plate. So there I take a bit of damage because the invis didn't proc quite as quick as I thought it would. And then there again... What's happening here? Why was he not slowed? And then anyways, I was expecting to go invis again. Doesn't happen. There it does. And he was like the same health as that other guy. So not sure what the hell's happening there with my inconsistent invises. But it definitely cost us some time and it could have caused a wipe. And I just kept wiping with this loadout to like dumb shit like that. Because my weapons were so projectile based. So we're going to throw a gunpowder gamble down, then we're going to throw the blind, then we throw out the melee for the radiant, and then we just start slamming Exderis into the unstop. We get a finish for even more green ammo, and then we're just going to clean up the rest of the ads. So yeah, we're chilling on ammo, but that's what I like about this. Both of these weapons have deep ammo reserves. So it's a very viable special ammo loadout. So there, we're just going to blind those guys, go invis. That's kind of the goal here, is to just keep going invis because it helps you get up on those enemies much easier. Because like I said, it's hard to shoot them sometimes because of their projectiles. So here he was being really weird movement patterns. So we're just going to go right on by these guys and just take out the overload so we don't even have to deal with all those things. So we get our debuff on and then use the sword, and then we're just going to finish. Again, make more ammo, so we're full up on ammo. We don't have to kill these guys. Now we're going to the next part. So honestly, I just wanted to use the arc super, but I think what would probably be best, to be honest, is the strand super on Hunter, because it's really good and it's got really good ad clear, which would be nice on the bridge here, but it is what it is. So yeah, we're just kind of prepping everything for the bridge. So we've got our super, we've got all our ammo, we've got pretty good health. We're just going to leave that last guy. And then here, I want to chuck out all my abilities basically, or at least my grenades, because I'm probably going to use Transcendence. So right here, what the hell is this? I get totally fucked here. I lose out on 1/3 of my super damage, and I needed to hit this because that's going to take this guy out who makes totems, which are really bad because they make all the enemies immune. So I wanted to kill him. Don't know what happened there. So then I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just go in here, because that was the strategy, to take out, do a bunch of damage to these ones, because that's why I pre-threw those grenades. But for some reason, my super just fucked off. Like, the jank in this game is just pissing me off so much, because it throws everything off when you know your build and you know your strats, and then it's not an execution problem, it's a game problem. Like, why... What am I locking onto there? They're projectiles? So that chieftain not dying actually becomes a problem. And then I want to use the third one to get back to cover. That was always the plan. So anyways, those unstops, I thought they would be back by the other enemies, but they weren't. And now we have the immunity totem, like I knew would happen, which is why I wanted to spawn kill that guy with my super. Now I can't. So it's just making everything else more difficult. And honestly, that was the story of my runs when I was trying to run this build. So now I want to pop Transcendence because I'll get my grenades back when I come out of it. So we're going to go in on this guy. You can see huge damage from Exderis here. But then again, we get another totem. And then here's what I'm talking about. These projectiles. And it's like, I know this is how it works, so I should have used my stasis sidearm. But when you're in the heat of battle and you're just aiming at a weapon in a shooter, aiming your weapon in a shooter game at the enemy, like I'm in Transcendence, I should have just threw grenade melee at this guy, but I waste 3 freaking Exderis shots expecting that they might hit, and then he's able to get a totem up, and he should have been dead in the first place from my super. So yeah, just really freaking annoying shit, man. Like, honestly, just sucks. And then here, because my tonic's not working, I should get a chunk of health from this Ionic Trace, but I don't because I can't upgrade the tonic. It just, this is just a perfect personification of where we're at. Again, I miss a gunpowder gamble because I was expecting that unstop to go elsewhere, but it is what it is. There, my follow-up doesn't connect, which is annoying as well. Throw the shurikens because I knew they would bounce off and hit that guy so I could freeze him and get the stun. So yeah, look at my ammo situation now. Not looking great, and a lot of it is because my super didn't work, and then I'm getting blanks from hitting their projectiles and just lots of stupid shit. Hitting immune enemies because the totems are up, but they shouldn't have been up because I should have got the kill in my super, etc, etc, man. Like, just very annoying. So we're going to throw down a gunpowder gamble. Soon as the enemy spawns in, actually I do a dodge so that I can proc Radiant, and then I throw the grenade for the blind, and then we're just going to use Exderis. Now we want to weaken this boss, get the moths to hit him hopefully. So yeah, this boss is really annoying in his movement patterns, but yeah, I think we got him blinded. We definitely have him weakened, but then he's running away from us, which sucks because I want him to stay on top of the enemies, like right there, so I can get the ad clear from the super plus the damage to the boss. So overall, a pretty good super. Unfortunately, he gets a totem down. So I want him staying by these enemies so that hopefully I can blind him with my Moth, which I do. So we get Radiant, Weaken. So this was actually really nice. So we threw that Moth. The Moth does wind up blinding the boss. We get the Weaken on him. We throw out our melee to proc Radiant. And then we go in with our sword. So it's got Arc Compounding, the Weaken, Chaos Reshape ×2 going. I pop Transcendence so that I can do a little more weapon damage. But yeah, really good weapon damage here from the sword. And then, of course, I've got really no form of healing. So now I have to start playing a little safer. So that's why we have the Chill Clip sidearm. So I can just go invis and then work the room like I need to. So I can go pick up that orb for health regen. Stuff like that. So unfortunately, he gets another totem up. So this is not the best boss room. In a team, this freaking loadout would do wonders, but because there's just so much inconsistency with it, it's a little difficult solo. But anyways, we're gonna make it work. So we go invis. So we just have to play slower because, again, it would be nice if my Ionic Traces were giving me health back, but they're not. So then we do get an opportunity to use our sword. We do a bunch of damage to him, which transfers us to this room. And now we're going to take out all these enemies with our stasis sidearm, because you can see I'm just making orbs. I'm delaying a little bit each time because there is a cooldown on siphons. So just double kill, wait. Double kill, wait. That's how I'm getting those orbs so consistently. They're kind of messed up. But these guys got blinded, which is nice. And then there, that's actually interesting. Oh, it was probably Reaper. Never mind. Because I was like, one got killed by the jolt, but I still got stasis, stasis siphon, but no, I didn't. So there, I had him prepped, and then I shot him, and then start coming over. That way I can have invis while I come over. Because again, these raiders, you have to play really smart on them, because they're just going to keep shooting those projectiles, and I really have no way to kill them. X-Dirus is a projectile weapon, and so is the sidearm, so I basically had to wait. And then here we have some special ammo that we left earlier, so that was good pre-planning on my part to leave special in this room. So here we get the stun. I'm saving some X-Dirus, and I'm also saving my... So I use X-Dirus a little bit there, just so I can keep him stunned and do the weaken and get, Arc Compounding. But yeah, I wanted to save my Gunpowder Gamble for this next part because it's an unstop and there's just lots of enemies. So that's why I didn't want to go all in there. So here we throw the Gunpowder Gamble down. As soon as he spawns in, we throw that. Get the weaken and the blind. And then we go in with our super, and then the boss pushes us, which is perfect. So that was a textbook super right there. Absolutely perfect. Got the enemy stunned. Again, I miss a Gunpowder Gamble. He puts his totem in literally the best spot that he could, because it's hard for me to hit because, again, sidearms are projectiles. So you have to have a perfect angle so it doesn't clip any part of the environment, otherwise it won't hit that totem. So that's why I had to take an extra second there and really make sure my aim was going to hit. Then he gets another totem down. As soon as we throw a moth, he runs away, which is super annoying, and I just say, fuck it, we're going to go in with Transcendence, and of course he's moving super weird, like he always does. But, I mean, that is what makes it challenging, but it's also very annoying. There, I miss a heavy attack, which sucks, but we're doing really good damage. I don't think I was Radiant much, but the goal was to just, kind of put in some damage as best I could. The blind, though, is really good for the waves of ads, as you can see. So here, he's blinded, he's weakened, huge damage, Chaos Reshape ×2, massive. That's what I had envisioned when I dreamt up this loadout, is I could just go in on the boss with the sword with all these damage buffs. So it was nice I got to do it there for a brief moment anyways. And yeah, it worked really, really good, like huge damage. Here again, we're doing the invis strat to get over here. And then again, just hitting blank after blank because he's shooting. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually just going to wait out a super. So I'm going to get him low and do a finisher so that I can get more special. And then, yeah, just waiting. I know by the time I kill the overload, I'll have enough to have a super going in. Sucks my first melee missed. So that kind of threw off my timing. But, yeah, we're just putting in really good damage. I might have left that brick there as well, or maybe I just had too much ammo at the time. But anyways, nice, because there I got 15 ammo, 8 and 7 for my 2 weapons. So that was good. And then again, you just got to find the spot where they're spawning. I probably should have shot 2 X-Deerus there to spawn in more moths, but instead I went straight to the sword, so that was a little bit dumb. Now I am getting a little low on sword ammo. He puts up the totem. We're going to throw down our grenade. I was a little late there just from shooting the totem, but yeah, we take out a bunch of enemies, and then yeah, I just want to do damage to the boss. So we get the weaken on him, and then we use our super. And then I could have done 3. I wasn't sure what to do there, so that was also kind of stupid. I should have just went in. I wish the boss had ran toward the enemies, obviously, but he ran away, and then I was like, oh, do I want to do boss damage, or can the super last long enough? I wish that super lasted slightly longer, so you could use it in like different areas a little bit better. But here we're just putting in good X-Deerus shots. There, the reason I did this, normally splash damage will like take these out. So I thought with 2 shots, that was about to break, but it just wasn't quite enough. So yeah, anyways, just one of those things. There, we get a nice gunpowder gamble, but then the stasis sidearm actually wound up killing everything. So here, again, just putting in good damage. Proc Radiant. And then, yeah, I wish I could have gone in a little harder, but I knew I had to be a little bit careful just because, yeah, I'm pretty low on health still. So that's why I got out, even though I probably could have killed the boss there if I committed. Maybe I should have got an attrition orbs sword, because this sword does roll with attrition orbs. That might have helped, but yeah. So here, again, I am quite low, so it's a balance of trying to put in damage, but then also you got to survive. If Braun wasn't on, every time I go invis, I'd like be getting my health back. But yeah, Braun is more of a help than a hindrance in all honesty. So there, again, we get a double kill, which is really nice. And then we get our weekend and all that stuff going. But then these ads spawned, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to lose the run by being overly aggressive here. So I just backed up, made sure I was going to be okay. You can see I keep getting overshields too from my loyal moths, which really helps with survivability. And look how long this guy's immune. I hit like 4 or 5 X-Deerus shots here while he's immune. So yeah, like I said, just not an amazing loadout, don't get me wrong. But against Scorn specifically, it is not the best, that is for sure. But on certain other GMs and stuff, this loadout will go super hard, and it's so much fun. I've been loving running it. I will make a build video on it, but for now, I just wanted to get this run out. So I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, a like and subscription would be greatly appreciated, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.